Yeah, I'm alright. Got some pepper spray and got punched in the face, but I'm all good.
They arrested 10 people.
Yeah, there's a couple arrests that you can't, it's all completely locked off with us.
They had a fortress. I thought that on the internet, why they would have smartphones to get people around. People in the
Seattle, they want. Seattle, they want. Seattle, they want. Seattle, they want. They're fucking seizing your gun.
There's no such thing as racism. Such thing as racism. Fascism is violently upholding the law of oppressors.
That's you guys.
Sounds familiar, don't it, you fucking fascists? And it's not even unjust law.
What?
Any law that is upheld with extreme violence and or prejudice is the definition.
What are you looking at, you dumb bitch? Nobody's waving at you.
Why that was justified? Like they were literally standing on the sidewalk, and you guys all rushed down on your bikes and ran them over. Like, how is that justified? They weren't doing shit. They were literally just standing there, using their First Amendment right. And you guys are violating that. You're violating their First Amendment right, and also harassment, violence. Yeah, those are. And your officer is gonna knee on somebody's neck. You do it on person.
Jesus, two knees?
Putting a knee
Yeah, one had their knee
neck.
on her neck and one had their knee on the other side. Like, literally, one was like this and the other was like this.
So tell me how that's justified. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar?
You guys are blocking the street, you know that, right?
Obstruction!
Obstruction! We need you to clear the intersection.
Look at this. He's so good. Bro, just go to your job if you're tired. Literally, it's not easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, people are making 7 people are live doing actual stuff live right now on this. 7 people. I wonder how much fucking reach that is.
Damn, guys, that ambulance could have come down here, but y'all are in the fucking way. How ironic.
How ironic. Like, this is so embarrassing for y'all.
Y'all use an old tag.
I can't. And that survey that's being put out about community feedback on your excessive use of force. Today is not a good day for that survey to come out, or yesterday, because a lot of excessive force today, sir. A lot of excessive force. A lot of excessive force today.
They almost grabbed me too. We were standing on the corner. They literally went all the way up to the other side, circled around.
On the sidewalk though, right?
Yes, on the sidewalk. And then they came back around and got speed and bum rushed us. They did it on purpose. Allie's already been arrested, which was targeted. Allie wasn't doing shit. Allie was walking next to the fucking sidewalk on the park.
They keep pointing people out.
I know. You guys ain't slick. We know this shit's targeted. This piece of shit almost choked somebody out till they died. Where the fuck did you learn to de-escalate?
Yeah, I think
Where the fuck did you learn to de-escalate? Israel? Where you guys get your fucking training? Oh, yeah, you're not that fucking slick. You're not that fucking slick. Real shit. You guys aren't fucking slick. We see you with your big beard. You look like you're the best. We see you. You know why?
Why'd they throw that woman in there for, the young woman in there?
These people were literally standing on the sidewalk, and these I don't know, public servants, because that's what they are. They're public servants. Drove into the park and then ran back down at speed at them, just for standing on the sidewalk.
Oh, they ran towards everybody?
Yeah, they basically attacked the crowd.
Helicopters
Yeah.
circling around, so I just thought something was going on here.
STV, your guys' bullshit woke this gentleman up. He was having a nice morning trying to sleep in.
Oh, I see. I was up at 5, then I fell back.
You go for the low-hanging fruit. It's fucked up. We're never going to pay real power. Ever.
Fucking dead. It's in my car, which is on 11th.
Sorry, honey. No Zoom today. We arrested your fucking teacher.
Damn it, yo. This whole time I've been wondering how fucking long it's gonna be till I can get my car.
Yeah, it'll probably take a few hours because they're still there in the van. So it's definitely pretty fast. And it also might not even be close depending on if you
Alright, yo, we are gonna have to stop the stream at some point because almost feeling a bit in the car, which I'm not allowed to get to right now.
You need therapy, Bruce. Go get
You
some
and me
therapy,
both.
buddy. I'm
I'm a little bit exasperated. We're just putting a Band-Aid, listen people, we're just putting a Band-Aid on all these problems. You've got to have a viable national medical and dental plan and housing for everybody.
Exactly.
That's
We don't have that.
over here.
That is literally all we're saying.
that's literally
You got to have that.
like what they're doing.
Well, what happened was when I was in high school, LBJ's Great New Society, we got Medicare in '65. So I thought and people said in 5 to 10 years, be Medicare for all. It didn't happen because of the Vietnam War, because all these companies.
Move this van, I guess. I don't want anybody.
We're moving out of here.
Go to the sidewalk.
He's trying to move. If you could be patient, you piece of shit. Go fuck yourself, you dumb bitch. Eat my ass, you motherfucker.
It's okay, don't get arrested.
Fuck you, you dumb motherfucker. Racist looking asshole.
Yeah, I don't want her to get hurt.
That's a blessing that you came down here and you did.
You guys need fucking therapy.
I'm
You
mad
can't
as-
control
I'm
yourself and control your anger. You need to go to therapy. I can't just start choking someone out because I don't like where they're standing. Are you on crack? Are you on crack?
No,
Is it crack that you smoke?
They established the barrier and then violated their own barrier. Some fuck up a group of people. You violated your own barrier, guy.
For standing on the
You guys
sidewalk.
are fucking bullies.
You are. And shit hasn't changed since high school. I can see you.
So here's the thing.
So how can you do the same bullshit?
Put that young chick in. What?
Jonathan Cho.
What?
Jonathan Cho, the homo.
Oh no, he's not here, is he?
Fuck
Fuck off, Jonathan! You dumb bitch!
you. You're not a real journalist. Nobody wants your 2 cents. No one wants your 2 cents, Homo. We're on this planet because of you.
Who's that guy?
Jonathan! Let his ass out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here!
You know Brooks and Brown both told all of you to not engage, you stupid piece of shit? Do you remember that? Did you hear your orders while you were engaging? I don't know. No? Nothing to say now, you dumb, ignorant piece of shit? Hey, then I need your help over there, you dumb bitch. Go on, roll it.
You just wait till the civil unrest Nice slow, asshole! Nice slow! Figure out how to ride a bike, stupid!
We're coming for you, cunts.
We're coming for you! Wait till there's more!
It's a matter of fucking time.
Get in the bus so you can come bum rush us again. Come after me next time.
Let's go. Reset, bitches. Let's go.
You're gonna bum rush us again? You're gonna use the wrong bum rush over.
You're gonna let a white guy go there, right? Hey, house nigga, get back to the house. The sheets need cleaning. House nigga.
Hey, yo, dead shot! Hey, yo, dead shot! Hey, little guy! Hey, 496! Hey, you small as shit! I know girls that'll beat your ass! Hey, bro! You better run, bro! I seen you missing.
Keep walking, house nigga!
You're not going the long way to find fucking nothing.
Don't spread out too far this way. You're gonna have to stay together if you want, right?
No, I hear you.
Movement on my part.
Damn, I handed off my keys and
I was
everything.
right
I was
next
like,
to Marilyn. I was like, oh no.
God damn.
And
We out
once-
here, we out
Me
here.
and Marilyn were just saying they're doing targeted arrests, and they went
Yeah.
straight for Marilyn. We were physically saying that as they both
Maybe
rushed
block
us.
does protect you. I don't know.
I don't know. It's a mix.
Yo, where the
That's
fuck
why.
is Riley though? Because we had an incident with a gentleman over there, and I have not seen him.
Oh no, I haven't either. Maybe they removed themselves because it's just.
I hope so.
What were they saying they were gonna?
Day. So I think what's probably has happened is, you know, the word has gotten out that this sweep has happened. Another thing that it started to rain, and the temperature feels like it's gone down, or maybe I just need to move around a little bit more. Wow, only been streaming for like 3. I can't believe it's only 10:30 in the morning. I like, if somebody had asked me right now, like, what time do you think it is? I would have said like 1 in the afternoon. So I really do think that that's what's happening, and why that there is a growing number of people that are now showing up at different points in the park, because of what I think's happening now is the word is getting out, you know, that the sweep has happened, and there are people that are mobilizing. What I have seen in the 7 months of covering this situation now, there will probably just be a lot of kind of yelling and shouting, and we may see, you know, some individual pepper spray or something that may happen at certain points, but that's probably about all we're going to see. For those of you who've been watching for most of the 3 hours, you know, I've probably pushed boundaries on this one more than I probably have since 8/16. What I mean by pushing boundaries is just getting the story.
I'm telling you. I'm not that stupid. Goddamn. None of your goddamn business. You're gonna steal it again. Every time you fucking find me, you steal my shit and put me in jail. I'm sick of losing my shit.
Did you get footage of the arrest?
No, I got up there after it happened.
No one to put them in jail.
Yeah, you can send that
No
to.
one to put them in jail.
Yeah, if you're willing to share, and then we'll follow up. Yeah. So when you're ready.
One second.
Putting the same
Yeah, what's your
people
info?
So
that are
tips,
being held by jail
PS
in
at
jail.
malcontentment.
Highest recidivism rate in
Yep,
the world.
.com.
Highest prison population in the world.
Expect an email later.
I really appreciate it.
IQ for police.
I will follow up. Someone will follow up with you.
Yeah, I have extreme brutality. Make it get
Well,
out.
this was the one up
Yep,
that
right
just
there.
happened up there. Was that one arrest or?
It was 2 arrests, but one was extreme. They took 3 people on one teacher who was not a threat. You'll see.
Okay. Okay.
Make sure it gets out.
Yeah, we will. We will. Thank you.
It's good that I
Got it on his stream. Okay. So what happened up? Because I was just up there and I saw the one activist that I know. I'm just not saying her name, but everybody knows her. I saw her getting arrested, but I didn't know that there were 3.
Oh, I didn't see all of it. I just come with that.
Got it.
If you had to have 500-600.
Like Bobby Stills might have been really close too.
Okay. See, now this makes sense why they got super aggressive with me when I was walking this way, because I didn't know what was going on, and I was just, I'm just going to do a walk. Because what I've been seeing is I've just been seeing people that live in the hood, and they're just coming into the park and they're crisscrossing the park. They're not saying anything. And I was like, and I saw multiple people doing it, and I'm like, well, screw it. I'm just going to walk up here. And apparently I was walking up into a hornet's nest, so.
Why would I tell you that?
Yeah, just hit the sidewalk over here and you can get
So what we'll do, we're going to head back this way. Actually, I haven't seen Future Crystals today. Thank you for the info on that.
I'm just.
Is it worth it?
Paycheck really
Mike coming through.
Knowing that you are a murderer, that you kill people for a living.
Yeah, we appreciate you. That's just wild. Cops and the Klan go hand in hand. They always make it. Every time, dude, they always fucking do it again.
Hey guys, just so you know, the Parks Department's going to tape off the park, okay? This is a Parks Department job. So once they tape it off,
The street right here?
hold on a second, let me finish, okay? Once they tape it off, if you come inside the tape, you'll be arrested for trespassing, okay?
When you say tape it off, are you talking about the trees like this tape, or are you talking about the street also?
Similar to this tape.
Alright.
You'll know it'll be a clear barrier, okay? Okay? Everybody cool with that?
Ha! I just wanted to see if you do it 3 times. Yo, only Kuwait and Jameson can joke like that. The rest of y'all are weird. Hey yo, only Kuwait and Jameson. It's our running joke. The rest of y'all can't do that. That's not for you. Hey Kuwait, tell him. That's between you, me, and Jameson. Tell the rest of Yellow Squad they're not allowed to do that shit. It's only you 2 that can.
When they say, I had a question to ask, I'm ignorant about this. When they say F12,
They also were not allowed back in SoCal to get their stuff.
Number 10, then we heard about 4 more, and then we just we saw one and we were told there was either 2 or 3 arrested there. So what's going on here is Seattle Parks, and we've also seen like SDOT and a couple of other organizations. Oh, you get a very good shot here. So something we're not seeing is we see nobody taking pictures. We see nobody cataloging. We're seeing no attempt to retain anything inside of this pop-up. And it's just going to go in the trash dumpster. With the argument being, well, it's wet, and we can't store anything that's wet. And again, we had pictures of this stuff on Wednesday. This stuff was not broken up on Wednesday. And what we have not seen as we've moved over and over again, nobody is cataloging, nobody is taking pictures. We have not seen one item been packed up. We did see earlier when they were going through a tent, somebody taking pictures, but no efforts taken to retain any of the belongings. It was just, they were just appeared to be documenting that they were tearing down the tents. And I'll say it again, $1 billion a year spent by Seattle and King County allegedly to address the homeless problem in the region. And I say region because it's like Seattle, greater Seattle. $1 billion a year. And here you go. This is where your $1 billion is going, Seattle. And I've said it a couple of times, I'm going to say it again. I don't care if you are like a true anarchist, you know, like do away with the government, or you're a 3%er. You should be absolutely outraged by this, and everybody in the middle. If you live in Seattle, I would say it's your obligation to be blowing up the email and phone or the Twitters of your city councilors and demanding that they answer to where $1 billion a year is going. And I think the other thing that has to be asked in all of this is, why does the city continue to lie on belongings are going to be retained? You know, somebody like, is the ACLU, right? We're going to catalog the belongings. We're going to make sure. We're going to have a plan. We're going to have a tent for resources. No, they didn't have any of that. Right? They came in at 7:34 this morning and said, over at Broadway, there would be available resources. And there was nothing. Yes, Ellen Marie, a billion with the B. Last night's co-host, Jennifer, thank you for your kind words. I just read your message. And Jennifer's going to be rejoining us on Monday. I'm also really glad that I wore my boots. I'm just going to walk through here. There's just, it's too much, it's too dangerous. There's a ton of vehicles here.
If that's happening. Oh, Dalmatians! Oh! It's just swimming. Literally, it's just so funny. Like, I don't even understand. Like, oh my god! Please, for the love of God! Oh my god! White men! White men! Oh my gosh. White men. I swear to God. I swear to God. Look at them! Oh my god! Look at them! They're so stupid! They look so stupid! I cannot believe them. I seriously cannot believe my eyes. They are so stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, they are. Oh my god, they're going to hell. Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? Okay, so the sheriff helicopter has been flying around for hours just monitoring from above. And they're just waving to them. They're waving to the helicopter. You're good, don't worry. But yeah, probably. In their heads, for sure. Yeah, but the sheriff helicopter has been... You can see its pathway, like it's like public information, its path that it's taking in the air. And for the past few days, it's been monitoring Kyle Anderson and like shining spotlights on the encampment, trying to get a view of everything. And they've still been just monitoring. Here, it's right there. Like that's where our tax money is going. Shut up. Sorry, that was my friend. But yeah, that's where our tax money is going. Is fueling a freaking helicopter that's been flying for this past week. Bro. As you should. Nowhere. Because legally they're not allowed to sweep unless every single person that they're sweeping has a bed to go to, which obviously they don't follow their own laws. So they still sleep during a fucking pandemic because they're horrible people and the government sucks. And Jenny Durkin doesn't care about the houseless neighbors. And then Judge Jones denied the restraining order. But honestly guys, like, this is already like, we should be proud of the people who have been organizing on the ground, because of the delay, a lot of people who are living at Cal were able to get some sort of shelter from people on the ground working with them. So that was a good thing. But again, the police still suck. And they're just literally waiting here for something to happen. I honestly, like, they're literally getting paid like $65 an hour just to stand here and laugh around and joke around with each other. while people are making minimum wage, putting their lives on the risk, putting their lives on the line, helping other people, and they're standing here making $65 an hour, 6 figures a year, to brutalize. Yep. Literally, like, a few weeks ago, there was a call of an assault happening. Trigger warning, assault. But there was, like, sexual assault. Trigger warning. Okay. Basically, there was, a few weeks ago, there was a 911 call about an assault happening. And then the officer literally responded, sorry, I'm busy right now. And because he was arresting a bunch of protesters, he was like, I'm busy right now, on the scanner. So, like, they obviously don't actually care about stopping crime.
Is this person on your live, actually?
Huh?
Can we expose this person on your live?
Why?
Read this.
Okay, wait, one second.
Well, yeah. I know you're multitasking. You don't have to. I'm like, we've talked about you centering your whiteness so much. You're letting these people live in their addictions. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing that.
I'm gonna read. Well, I figured. That's only legally art. Hold on one second. Yep, exactly. They've never actually prevented crime. They just show up after it happens, and they obviously police communities that are majority BIPOC because they want to disproportionately incriminate Black and Indigenous people and brown people. Okay, so this person just responded to like a post about the Denny/Yellow House occupation and the demands, which is basically just housing first. Everyone should have housing in a pandemic. And they said that we're doing a lot of harm. There are homeless shelters. The problem isn't housing, it's addiction and mental health. My dad was homeless for a while, and he was thankful to be arrested and admitted into a psych ward because he wasn't able to make that decision himself because of the drugs. Okay, so maybe if people had housing first and they had the resources and didn't have to worry about literally living outside in the fucking freezing cold, then they wouldn't resort to other methods of staying warm and keeping themselves safe.
And this is a white person who sent this, right? So
a white person sent this.
A white person's gonna get a very different kind of help, especially from a psych ward.
Exactly.
So
psych
not
wards,
accessible.
Psych wards literally follow this basically same policies and systems as jails do. It's extremely dehumanizing.
I've talked to this bitch so much about like her whiteness and accountability.
Like psych wards are just as much part of the problem, especially how they're set up right now.
It's not even me, but like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. Like, over policing doesn't do shit. It literally doesn't do shit.
Anyways, what were you gonna say? Oh, I'm just gonna...
Exactly. And if you get arrested as a white person versus a person of color, like, your treatment's gonna be different. Are they literally, what are they even doing that? They're so annoying. So there's like a small group of protesters like to the right. I don't want to film them. There's only like 7 people there. But they're also outside of the caution tape.
From a little walk I did, it seems like definitely a lot of the cops are coming here. Now there's only like a few
in the intersection?
Yeah, just trying to like block it off.
Okay. And also the fact that like people would literally get arrested on purpose so that they can be in a warm space and get healthcare and food is just truly it shows how fucked up our system is, that people actually have to purposely get themselves arrested so they can stay off the streets. Are they getting ready to leave? Some of them, by the way. Some of the yellows.
And there are other things happening right now? Like as we speak?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
No, because like...
Yeah, okay, so basically, as you know, the sweep was supposed to be Wednesday. It didn't happen. They freaked the fuck out because there's so many people. And then the hearing happened. Yesterday around 5 p.m. the restraining order was denied, which means that they were able to sweep. So this morning a bunch of people got here early because we figured it'd happen as soon as possible. Around 8:30, 9 a.m. I'm not quite sure. They got into the park. They gave the 15-minute warning that if they didn't leave the park, then you'd be subject to arrest because the sweep's happening. They waited like 20 minutes and then they mobilized. And then obviously a lot of fuck shit happened afterwards. They pushed people into the street and then they kept moving them like further north on 11th into the intersection of 11th and Denny, and people were there for a while. A lot of arrests, at least like 12 to like 20, 12 to 15 or something. There was a lot of arrests today. And then they moved us even further down to 10th, I think, and Denny. And then a lot of harassment, a lot of violence. This path right here, like 30 minutes ago, people were standing like where I'm standing right now, and they were like all the way up there past that line, and with no warning they all biked down, like 12 of them biked down and ran through the crowd of people and arrested a bunch of people and literally put their knee on someone's neck and had three people on one person they were arresting. Yeah, and also literally a chud came, a dude with no mask had a fucking knife and was threatening people, and I think it was on my third live that I posted. I literally went behind him and you can see the knife in his hand, and they let him pass the bike line and walked with him away, but didn't let a mom and her kid get through to get to their house. So yeah, they're basically just waiting now. They've closed off the entire park. We basically, everyone moved from like that end of the park in the middle out to 11th and Olive, and then like basically move all
place to be able to store things and, you know, have them labeled and put them into storage until the individual is ready to collect them. That is very clear, not what's happening here. Earlier, an SPU employee told us that they were just indiscriminately throwing everything away. And that's on a separate video footage, but this is very clearly not in the guidelines set by what the city said that they were going to do when presenting in front of Judge Jones in regards to the temporary restraining order. But we're, as many people who have been following Seattle for a long time, and Seattle protesters and kind of folks who live in Seattle in general know that they don't follow by their own law. The law is currently failing. A lot of individuals right now with the outreach that, or not the outreach, the amount of, I guess, sway that SPD has in their ability to do things. And Mayor Durkin, who is going to be a one-time mayor who doesn't really care about the ramifications of this. But whether you guys like it or not, it's people's property. It's the only things they own. It's not like these people live in other places. It's not like they have an apartment and they camp in the park for fun. These people live outside. These people gather what they can to make their lives a little more comfortable. I see a stuffed animal. It's very hard to see in there, but a koala, sorry. There's a koala kind of in there with the firewood right under where they're putting the couch. That's probably an item that, you know, belongs to somebody. It's currently just being thrown in the trash. Much more important items have been put up and swept in sweeps before. I think most people know about the baby pictures. I think most people know about Parks employees and SPD eating food that was donated as part of mutual aid. I think we are kind of all aware of this, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. I'm going to go off live soon because I need to get back to jail support. But I wanted to document this because this is important. This is trying to hold the city accountable and show very clearly that this is, you know, they're not doing what they said they were going to do. They're not doing this legally. But it doesn't matter because the city won't police itself in terms of its own rules and regulations, and the courts don't yet agree with us that it's gone too far. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see, what kind of happens in a couple weeks when, this camp is back and we're doing this all over again and having this dance. All right. Thanks, guys.
My phone is dying.
And I'm saying this region makes too much, homie. If this nation's capital isn't even touching what you guys start at, do you think that's not a flaw in the system? Nation's capital, where they deal with terrorists, they protect the president.
Their issue.
Okay, so you're just not going to answer the question.
And
you're not going to answer the question.
Police make more than we do in other areas, so I don't know what to say.
Which is even more fucked.
Right here in this city, though, who make more than you do, probably.
And for a job where they don't have to do as much.
Officer.
Okay, John Brooks is making a shit ton of money. That nigga has John Brooks, Lieutenant John Brooks.
Well, yeah, but he's a lieutenant.
And
does he do more work than you?
You do more work than that lieutenant.
For society, you do. For society, you do.
No, it doesn't matter if you do different work.
You guys should fucking unionize too. Real shit.
You and I both
you
know
guys
that
should
that's a
unionize.
fucking
This is ridiculous.
And he gives you orders to go do some shit, and you have to do it. And
you don't got to ride so hard for them. You guys should unionize.
That's simple.
It could be.
It's a lot that these guys do, and they have their job in management within the department, just like any corporation has managers.
There's the problem. Once again, you are operating like a corporation.
And executives. So think of the chief and all of the assistant chiefs as the executives. And
this guy's a dipshit. I can't do the fucking devil's advocate bullshit. So that guy, he handles more of, I guess, the mental health, he claims. He de-escalates and talks to people who are suicidal in Seattle and then hands them off to social workers. Which, as I was talking to him, I was saying, if we rethought the system and maybe brought in only a few police for support and then bring in a social worker first, that maybe the person who is having a crisis won't be so terrified, because I feel like they forget a main thing, which is everyone is scared the police are going to kill them, because historically that's what they've done over and over. So when these houseless people freak out even more because they see police officers, they think they're going to go to jail, they think that their belongings are going to be taken, it escalates things. Their presence alone escalates things, and they don't want to acknowledge it. I'm glad they're fucking doing circles in the park right now. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Not the time to practice your synchronized.
Thank you. And I agree, social workers don't need police. And he says that only social workers talk to people in a clinical setting. I can talk to many social workers who are not in a clinical setting ever when they speak with their patients. That's bullshit. I can't do people who want to do devil's advocate and not have a real conversation. Riding around in circles, dude. How the fuck are we paying them to do this? They're literally just biking around not doing shit. Ridiculous, dude. I'm not going inside. The police are just literally biking around in circles. We're paying them overtime to they're not doing anything. And personally, I feel like they do this on purpose, just to fuck with people and be like, this is our property, you can't touch us. Like I said, it's like a weird pissing contest. So it's like, why? Literally going in circles. Ridiculous.
This different attitude and behaviors from the police officers, right? There's a few officers who have been very, very aggressive with me today. We've had kind of multiple interactions with them. And other officers are just like, you know, like this other guy is like, sorry, or whatever, excuse me, or what. I'm like, I just didn't want to startle you coming up from behind you, right? Everybody's a little jumpy today. Why do you dress in black? It's funny, I've adopted wearing these gray pants. And actually, probably from a distance, I might even look a little bit like a SWAT officer in what I'm wearing. And it's very purposeful, so I stand out for somebody outside of block. I wear black gear for the same reason that lots of people wear dark colors, especially if you're in an environment where stuff can get stained up or dirtied up or messed up. It hides stains and it's easier to clean. And when it comes to things like my plate receiver, walking around with a camouflage plate receiver in an urban environment just feels ridiculous to me. I think it's ridiculous that I have to wear a plate receiver in the first place, but that's a whole separate conversation. Yeah, and I think what I'm just going to have to do is do this full walk around again to get back. Well, this is interesting. I haven't been to this spot, but here's clearly, you know, a homeless encampment area that's been built. And what my guess is, because I can see where the tape's been torn down, this is probably another example of them trying to come in and salvage some of their belongings, because we have not seen parks doing anything to save anyone's belongings. I got a dip because of the trees. He points the camera at the ground. He doesn't show things. You want to see the camera trashing into a tree branch? I mean, I know you guys have seen that before. You may find it entertaining. I don't. I was asked, have you ever snagged a power line? And the answer to that is yes, once. I definitely run pole cam much lower if I'm in an area I'm not familiar with.
To talk to the community, to anyone here who they're supposed to protect. They don't know anyone. Most of them don't even live in Seattle. They're policing a community they don't even live in. So, obviously they don't know what's best for the people here. There's like Parks and Rec employees working with the cops. And it's also like 90% white men. Especially the yellow bike squad, it's like all white men.
Hi.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Okay.
I'll probably do that.
So scared. Do you think they'll all be released this weekend?
Probably. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. If you see Snorlax.
Right. So she did.
I don't think so.
I saw her on the ground like a bit ago.
Oh, they're taking it in the morning. Hi.
Oh, did they not end up touching your car? Yeah? Snorlax? Their car.
Oh, hey, we got the bike boys over there.
There's the cartoon. Yeah, that is a great idea. An absolute great idea. Okay, another bike spot is going in again. Orange. Shift change. That's funny. And also, what was I gonna say? A shift change because what did he think? Like, what possibly could we do? Like right now in this park that would be illegal. I don't understand why they need literally like 30 of them here. Well, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. They'll yell at you. Yeah, literally they get paid like $65 an hour to do this, just stand around.
It's not too bad. Ooh, speaking of that, we're like stuck in my They're popping the pump.
Oh my god. They can't even stand for 30 minutes without needing to do a shift change. Bruh.
You can't stop the revolution! 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 You can't stop the revolution!
Literally.
Park vehicles up on here because this is a capped reservoir. Now, I'm not going to begrudge the heavy equipment, but why does DJ LRAD have to have their vehicle up here on top of the capped reservoir? It doesn't make sense. Right, there's no protesters here at this point. There's no activists here at this point.
And it might, for a little while, it might bring them that sense of community, but it's not real and it's not ethically right what they do with their community. They're just angry. And also they're so fucking ugly, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of them are extremely busted. So, insecure mofos do what they be doing. I agree. If there were more people, and they brought the L, what the fuck? Why are they driving through the park with the LRAD? And I also agree, if there was more people, this wouldn't be happening. And that's the problem. I wish people in Seattle cared as much about the homeless people here as they did about Joe Biden winning, because this took over everything.
She told my country lies and you told me that I should fight. I put my trust in you and you led me to the fight. I got a taste of revenge tonight and nobody's gonna leave alive. No witness, no witness, no
Why the fuck do they have a car in there? Look at this tactical bitch too they brought out. Look at him. Look at all the gear he has. They might start tear gassing or something too, which is crazy. There's like no one here. Not no one, but there's like, I don't know, 8 to 10 people.
You told my country lies and you told me that I should fight. I put my trust in you and you led me to the fire.
This just goes to show too, back to like, if there were more people, this wouldn't be happening. Many hands make the load light, bro. If there was enough people here, none of this would be happening. Nobody would have to fight. If this whole park was filled like it was filled when Joe Biden won, they couldn't do shit because there's not enough of them. And it's super frustrating that people here don't care enough about somebody who's not better off than them. They only care about themselves. I've never met so many people in my life who just put blinders on. This is a historic time. What the fuck are you doing right now? What are you doing to help? Because people are gonna ask about this for years.
Watch me drop this cold guillotine just
Okay, yeah, I just dropped my Cash App if anyone feels like donating. But I will probably be here most of the day, dude. Like, this is, I don't want them to do more arrests. Because that shit earlier where that woman or person was being choked out with 3 cocks on top, that was bullshit, and that keeps happening. Crazy. I'm gonna cut that clip up and post it later because that was fucking insane. And that's the shit that they learn in Israel. I really want everybody, if they can and have the time, to research SPD's involvement with IDF, Israeli Defense Force. Wait, IDF, Israeli Defense Force. I can spell. But I went to a really great march earlier this summer, discussing in solidarity with Black Lives Matter in Palestine, and they spoke about how SPD since 2002 has had contracts with IDF, Israeli Defense Force. They trade weapons for training and gear. So if you guys want to look into that more yourselves, but that is where we see, you know, like the big bear cats, the knees on the neck, that is an Israeli defense tactic. 100%, look into it. 100%. What killed George Floyd is something that they learned from Israel. U.S. imperialism is everywhere, and it has finally reached the streets of the United States. And people don't want to recognize it for what it is, but when we see the same tactics that they use on American citizens that they use internationally, it just goes to show that it's all connected. And you want to talk to me about being a patriot when you don't even you don't even train here. There's photos of Chief Best in Israel, dude. Yeah, that's why always when I see the Bearcat, I'm like, we know why and how you guys act this way. It's because of the imperialism that you enforce everywhere. And we get people from all over the country come out, all over the world, people from the Philippines. Let me just list a few. Philippines, Palestine, Afghanistan, of course, obvious. Multiple countries where they use the same tactics because it's the same fucking thing. Die slow, asshole. Die slow. Die slow. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Die slow. You will. Yeah, so shit's fucked up. Long story short. Definitely research this shit. I didn't know about any of it either until this year, until I went to marches and my mind was blown.
$1 billion a year. This city spends $1 billion with a B dollars on addressing the homeless problem. And here you go. This is your tax dollars at work. If you look, let's put it this way. Let's say your view is the homeless deserve this. This is their own making. They had it coming to them. Let's say that's your view. Where is your outrage at $1 billion being thrown at this problem? I don't care what your political stripe is on this. Everybody who's listening to me right now should be shooting an email off to their city councilor if they live here in Seattle, and to Jenny Durkin, going, what the hell? like what the hell? Explain to me the $1 billion. And explain it like we're little kids. You know, not in politician speak. You know, like in real simple terms. Can we account for where that $1 billion is going? And again, you know, here, another example, right? It's just kind of the officer du jour, and what they view as right or wrong in that moment, right? There's an individual right out of frame. The police vehicle, I don't know if you saw that police vehicle that drove by. There's a police vehicle that essentially just drove through Cal Anderson Park. There's an individual that is in front of me and to my left out of frame, and the police cruiser just didn't even care, right? We were here a little while ago. There's a person standing right where this person was standing, doing the exact same thing this person's doing. And, you know, and it was like, you can't be standing here. It's just, you know, and it's just macho bullshit.
Do nothing with it. You're not going to do nothing with it. This is somebody's stuff. No, you're not going to do nothing with it. You're not going to do nothing with it. All right, well, I'm not trying to see if we're trying to get some more stuff. We need to try to grab some more stuff. This is fucked up. This is somebody's home. You know it's wrong, too. You know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. What else? Well, can we grab those tarps back there at least? Can I grab those tarps right there? Why not? I know, but can we just grab those tarps? Can we grab those tarps, though? What are you going to do with them? Huh? What are you going to do with them? What are you going to do with them? Hold up. Why don't you get the fuck out of the park? You get the fuck out of the park. You get the fuck out of the park. No, I need you to leave the fucking park. No, please leave the park. Please leave the park. Please leave the park. You get the fuck out of here. What the fuck you doing? My arm is fucked up. My arm is messed up. The fuck you doing here then? Go get me those tarps so I can take back with me. Get me the tarps so I can take back with me. Go right then. You get the fuck out of here. What are you doing here? The fuck you doing here? The fuck you doing here? What are you doing here? Why don't you go do something useful? Go grab me those tarps so I can take with me. How about that? No, right? Because you're a sad excuse for a human fucking being. Is this fucking necessary? You think you're fucking big and bad? My tax dollars pay you. You work for me. You work for me. Yeah, smile. You work for me, motherfucker. The fuck out of here. The fuck you doing?
Universal truth is not measured in mass appeal. This is the last time that I kneel and pray to the sky, because almost everything that I was ever told.
The fuck out of here. Look at y'all. A sad fucking excuse. Yeah. This is y'all.
This is the point from which I can never retreat. Because if I turn back now, there can never be peace. This is the point from which I will die, succeed. You're talking to me.
I can talk to you. This is not her, bitch. Excuse me. Can you grab those tarps for me back there? No? You're not going to do nothing, right? Do you feel like what you're doing is right? You guys are a sad fucking excuse. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And you're gonna throw all this shit out? What if somebody came in your house and threw all your shit out? How about that? Yeah, move back, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. 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 Bye, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
I'd like to report property destruction.
Yo, we need somebody to grab those tarps. Fuck that shit. Yo, hold my bag. We need to grab those tarps. They about to leave. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Look, they ready to arrest people. Look at them. Fucking whack as fuck. Look at them. Whack as fucking fuck. Bye, bitch. That's what I say. I'm not even trying to be cursing no more. I'm not even trying to curse. They got me fucking cussing out here. We gonna grab them fucking tarps. That's what we're gonna do. Yo, once they move back a little bit, we in there. They put these up here. They put this plastic thing up here. Bitch ass. Look, they back. We gotta get those tarps. They're fully functional. Over there. They probably coming for me because I ripped the shit. They probably coming for me. Look. Look. All right. That's all you can do. That's all you can fucking do. Turn off your weapon, dear people. Excuse me. Fucking die. My battery about to die. Less than nothing. Walk away, you baby. Yep. You couldn't come to the park without that, could you? Right. You fucking infant. Yep. Where your father shit out, you piece of shit! Why isn't everybody out here though? Hey, I really don't want to fucking leave. No, fuck that. No, I'm staying here. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't know. Hold on. Let me put this shit up. We got functional. We got tarps, yo. Fuck. You guys think this is a fucking joke? They're there laughing and joking like this shit is funny. I wish we could fucking get those tarps right there, at least. You know what I mean?
Picture this, I'm a bag of dicks, cookie to your lips. I am sick, I will punch your baby dead. Shit, give me lip, I'ma send you to the yard. Get a stick, make a switch. I can end the conversation real quick. I am crack, I ain't lying. Kick a lion in his crack. I'm the shit. I will fall off in your green. Play with shit. Get your mama on the booty. Kick your dog from the bitch.
Oh, they all pussies. They all of them. But he's real pussy. He's a special one? Oh, yeah, this guy. He's real pussy right here.
Guilty motherfuckers ain't jack. Hey, you wanna hear a good joke? Nobody speak, nobody get choked.
cops right here. Some bike cops.
I'm coming, I'm the dumbest. Who flame through your fuck shit to Funyuns. Flame your crew quicker than Trump fucks his youngest. Now face the flame fuckers, your theme is fake going. Charlie Brown, peppermint patty, Linus and Lucy. Put coke in the doobie, roll movies, just roll with Snoopy. Still remain that dick rabbit slacker to spill the movie. Cause the total of the tootie will murder you friggin' move.
I'm alright. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? How dare you? How dare you?
Piece of shit.
How dare
We,
you?
the community, have been
How dare you?
more than you fucked
How
up
dare
doing.
you?
You're all trash, haven't done a
Just stand
fucking
here and
thing.
talk shit and ask me what I'm doing when I
Where
bust
are
my
the
ass for
social
these people.
services, you dumb bitch? Where are the social
How dare you?
Where are they? You dumb motherfucker.
The people that I live here, you stupid fuck. I live 2 blocks away.
A lot
You're
of us
stupid.
do. Yeah.
A lot of us do.
We are the community, you stupid motherfucker.
The needs of people dying in a pandemic outside trump those of the people in homes. Neither are you, so stop taking people that are part of the community as well.
I only get to do my small part of it.
You're not helping. You're a dumb motherfucker. You're a dumb motherfucker. I'm gonna ask them for sources. Ludicrous. I don't care if people laugh at me. I laugh at people who don't even know the definition of communism and then comment on my stream like they know something. Laugh all you want. I don't care. I'm physically out here doing something. What the fuck are you doing? You're talking from a meme page. You have Pepe the Pig. A Pepe the Frog is your fucking cover. Fuck yourself. Okay, so do you guys know of any resources for homeless? Do you guys know of any resources for homeless people? There's like 2 people over there who are like trying to find a place to go. So I'm just asking everybody, but everything's full, so I don't. And I'm like asking this cop, I'm like, where are the resources? Like, I'm just doing my job. I'm like, where are the fucking resources, bro?
They don't. I mean, that's the thing is, like, ultimately, like, their job should be to come. If they're coming in to clean things up, and they need to give people a place to actually.
Well, I said, I was like, why would you come in and clean it up when you know you have no resources set up? Why even bother coming in yet? Why wouldn't you just wait until you have resources set up? He's like, I'm just doing my job. I'm like, okay, well, they need a place to sleep. But I guess, oh, they raided Yellow House too, a SWAT.
Yeah.
But nobody was there, thank God.
No one was in there. They
No.
they went through.
Let me just go back.
Huh? Well, that's the thing is, like, how long are they going to stay in here for?
Yeah.
Last time they did this
For
was something, it was a
days.
big thing. You know, it was days.
Yeah.
But then days later, it's back to being not
same
open
thing.
but open. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, it's been closed technically this whole summer.
Closed. Yeah.
But they'll only enforce it when they want to enforce it. So.
Fuck. Okay, well, I guess I'll just put out a call online and ask people. Okay, I'm going off the stream because I need to see if I can get these people some housing. If anybody has any resources, please message me. But yeah.
We have that whole incident, and we covered that yesterday on Malcontentment Happy Hour. We showed all 4.5 minutes with Jaguar Security, beginning to end, to show how much hyperbole Jaguar Security is putting into the situation that they had going on there on September 1. Fast forward here to mid-December. On Saturday, I believe, or Sunday morning, notices went up that there would be a sweep of Cal Anderson, that everybody need to leave the park by Wednesday at 7:30 in the morning. A very similar set of barricades was built around the homeless encampment, similar to what happened to Red House on Mississippi in Portland. SPD showed up here on Wednesday at about 7:35 in the morning. They had a little bit of a light show display and some sirens, but they never stopped. They just kind of drove around and they left. People aren't sure, right? There's no official reason on why they didn't do the sweep. You know, speculation number one is there were about 200 people that were here to be here in defense of the encampment. So part of it is they felt that, well, maybe that they were outnumbered. The second thing is that there was a lawsuit that was filed on Wednesday. They may have been wind of that lawsuit and they wanted it to run the course and not create an appearance with the federal court, that they were trying to get ahead of that filing. That's another theory that I've heard. We don't know. Bottom line is, they didn't raid on Wednesday. There was a court, a federal filing by an individual living out of Yeager, living here unhomed in Cal Anderson Park, to block the sweep. On Thursday, the courts heard that, and Thursday afternoon at about 4:30 or 4:45, the decision came down from the federal court that they would not block the sweep. Seattle police came in 7:34 this morning, announced you had 15 minutes. By my watch, they started at 7:52 to sweep the park. I would say that by 8:20 or 8:25 they were done. It appears that there was light to minimal resistance by the people within the barricades and the approximately 30 to 50 unhomed people that were behind those barricades in addition to the people. And by 8:33, because that was the next time I looked at my watch, from 7:52 to 8:33, it was basically over. We're now probably around 11:30, I would guess. And 11:34. My sense of time's getting a little better. We're probably around 11:34, and most of the barricades and most of the homeless encampment is gone. The city parks have just come in, despite assuring the federal court that they would protect property and document and catalog and photograph. And we have seen absolutely none of that. And we have been around all different sides of the park here. And what we have basically seen is them just throwing everything out. Today is December 18th. We saw several unhomed people trying to come in and out, grab what they could, try to salvage what they could. We saw one individual in a beat up, very small beat up car, doing kind of that same thing, trying to salvage what they could. But we have seen zero attempt from the city. Not only have we seen zero attempt, we saw when we came down to mutual aid and the first push was going on, Seattle police was just smashing the food, breaking the items there. We could see it, we heard the breaking glass, it's on video, and that was food, clothing, and resources for the unhomed. On the sidewalk, not in the park, under tents, clean, cared for, and we have video then also then of the Seattle Parks Department just coming in and throwing all of it after it had been smashed into the back of garbage trucks. And that is kind of where we're at now today. Louisa, what the city told the court when the judge asked about people's property is that for the tents that were left, that they would catalog the property within the tents and that they would go ahead and pack it up. And what they announced today is that there would be information on how to get your belongings, and you would have 70 days, 70, to go pick that up. It was also announced, starting at 7:34 and announced about 8 times, that there was an aid tent and resources set up over on Broadway Avenue. Broadway Avenue is literally behind me, Louisa. Not even like a quarter of a block. If I go up a set of stairs, literally behind me, I go up on Broadway Avenue. There was no tent there. There were no resources there. Because the judge specifically asked about people's property. Now, the other thing that the Seattle said and told the judge was, the only thing we're going to throw out is anything that is soiled, anything that is damaged, or anything that is wet. And the judge kind of went, well, wait a minute. It's Seattle in December. Like, everything's wet in December in Seattle. And the city is like, no, it's not like that. Well, here you go. It is like that. Right? Well, it's wet. Well, we got wet. And if we run it over with a dump truck and a back end loader, well, now it's damaged and soiled. So what do we have to save? Well, I guess we have nothing to save. I can tell you right now, to my left, I saw a couple of bikes. One's damaged, and one is definitely undamaged. All right, so they should save that bike and catalog it. And then if you want to be really cynical, you could go, maybe that bike's stolen, and so maybe that bike needs to go back to its owner. Well, guess what? It's raining. So the bike is, oh, it's wet. So guess where that bike is going to go, Louisa? That bike is going to go into a dump truck. And again, if your view is the homeless are just awful, terrible, blah, 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 and that bike was probably stolen, well, doesn't the owner of the bike deserve to have that cataloged and serial numbers checked for? How are you? Oh my God, so good to see you. And the answer is yes. I message you back. Actually, I messaged you in all caps. Thank you. And congratulations in person.
Thank you. I think this guy's been yelling me though.
No, because you're not going to get yelled at.
What's fun is all of that stuff over there, all of those canopies, perfectly usable.
Oh, I know. We were filming them, destroying them, basically. We have that all on camera.
Oh, good.
We have it.
Have somebody who's looking to file a lawsuit.
Yeah, we have it all on camera. We have it all on camera. You can hear them smashing when the police first came in, smashing everything at mutual aid. We have it all on camera, on all of it going into the back of garbage trucks. We're rolling right now, the front end loaders, just dumping stuff. I mean, this has been 2 hours. You can't tell me that they cataloged anything.
Yeah, well, this is the closest I've managed to get. I've been all around the park. They have it blocked off like a block away from anything.
I've had to do like I've kind of figured out how to get around. So it's a hike. You got to go this way. You got to go all the way up to 12th. You go to 12th. It's the street out after Olive, I think. And if you go down to that street, you can go actually down that one, and then you can hook a left and just walk down the sidewalk. And you might get grumped at when you kind of get down to where mutual aid was. Then I'm just like, well, I'm just walking that way, fine.
I see they're now opening the bathrooms again.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Well, they were here I was here on Wednesday, and we reported it. I put some pictures on Twitter, but we didn't film it, but I said what was going on. They came in with, like a battering ram to get into the bathrooms, and they were trying to turn the water back on, but there was no.
Well, they fucked up the water. They cut off the water to the car gets on.
It's under consent decree. When Jamal Brown and we was passing in Baltimore, they would put it under consent decree. One of the first things that happened in the next administration was they stopped the consent decree. We have specific policies that we have. Therefore, I'm glad Martin III is here today. They can't see shit. Because on August 28th, the 57th anniversary of the
now they're benefiting from my charge.
We're going back to Washington, man. That's where your father stood in the shadows of the Lincoln Memorial and said, I have a dream. When we go back this August,
because you can look up if somebody's been arrested, and you can look up police records. How the hell can I look up?
We had to fight slavery, another era we had to fight Jim Crow.
Again, I'm about personal accountability, personal responsibility. It's not everybody is treated equally under the system. And so when myself and others, and people talk about reform, well, the problem with reform,
Arab in the shadows of Lincoln, and tell them this is the time
really go back to reform. We were talking about labor strikes and stuff. A lot of people don't even know why there's an 8-hour workday, why there's overtime. Exactly. Because people had to legitimately die in labor strikes. People had to legitimately be arrested and go through all this just to have basic regulations.
In the next couple months, I'm ready to reach
coal mines, child labor and stuff. And there was a fight then. The same exact fight. Every one of us.
Got the Copterks riding back up.
Candidates in positions so that they follow the guidelines that they
and the city council
protect that. And people say, well, you know, just go through the courts, go through the legal procedures. The courts and the legal proceedings don't even
I love you, bro.
How am I supposed to have a representative for the constituency that doesn't represent my voice, doesn't represent the voices of my residents? And again, like, that's why
real level and balanced thinking. And that's why I want them to help lead this. And I want one of the greatest thinkers of our time, Dr. Michael A. Dyson. I've asked him to speak. We need to break down, because y'all don't know what time it is. Y'all are operating like it's yesterday.
I know.
And the reason y'all late catching up to what these protests mean is because you won't turn your clock for. Talking about make America great. For who and great men? We will make America great. Everybody for the first time.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
Never was great for Latino. Never was great for
Wednesday also of all this, on the state it was in on Wednesday. And we have the... Well, it's wet now.
It's, yes, I'm sure it is wet.
It's wet now.
It's also made of plastic.
It's wet now. And you know what is right? So that will be their excuse.
I know.
There's some perfectly good bicycles if you go around the other side, but they're wet now.
It's truly astounding that anything outside might be wet. I would never have expected that in Seattle.
Will, that's a great question. Where are all the politicians? The politicians are warm in their house right now, talking about things that don't matter and not being held accountable for the $1 billion a year that this city spends on addressing homelessness.
It's clearly working out real well.
And I see them like doing some welding over here. So I don't know if they are removing over on the shelter house. I don't know if they're removing. Yeah, they were just welding there a second ago.
They had taken out one of the window like.
Yeah, see, it's going right now. So what I don't know is, are they removing the plate? Right, because they put plate over all of it. So now are they removing the plate or are they replacing it? Yeah. So, Carol, I see your question on what they're doing. What they're doing is Seattle Parks has just come in with heavy equipment and dump trucks, and they're throwing everything out. Over at the shelter house, what we're trying to figure out right now, where they're doing this welding, what we're trying to figure out is they had put metal plate up on this building previously. What we can see is on some of them, they're taking the metal plate off. So what I don't know, what we're trying to figure out right now is, are they reinforcing the welds around this metal plate, or are they torching to remove the metal plates? And this is about as close as I can get. I really do feel like the last talking to I got from Seattle police, it kind of felt like my final warning. And look, if I'm gonna go to jail, it's not because I wanted to get a better shot at somebody welding.
You got in there.
Yeah, but Tia hasn't. Tia, Black Girl Rev Media hasn't been warned about 4 or 5 times yet, as far as I know.
To have like my grandmother's personality. My grandmother could do anything. Grandmother's personality. Steamroller.
You know what then? I guess what's the worst can happen? I guess I get the worst that happens is I get stainless steel handcuffs.
Yeah. What's going down?
They swept the park. Yeah, they swept the park, the homeless encampment out of the park.
All right, maybe I'll go.
Careful. I am so glad I wore my hiking boots. Oh yeah, see, she went under the caution tape. Oh, she went under the caution tape twice. I'll go under one. I'm not going to, again, I really do feel it was like final. Well,
I mean, there's not really police here. This is mostly park.
Yeah. There's one. Maybe, hopefully it's not the same one that gave me the final. But I'm just going to keep walking. Sorry. So what it looks like what's happening is they are cleaning up Shelter House and they're barricading it up. And and we had talked about this on Wednesday, there were caches of, we had written this up in our story on Wednesday, there were caches of rocks and bricks that were set up, but again, it appears that resistance was very, very light.
But we have to clean out the park. I understand that. We have to leave the park here.
Okay. I'm ducking under the tape. Yeah. Well, I'm just listening to him. He seems actually pretty chill. So, there are some. What I can tell just now, it actually appears they're boarding it up to me, and they're sealing it up. That's what it looks like to me. So, I'm gonna head this way. I'm actually thinking I may wrap up the stream here in a little bit. Person I was talking to, the reason I said congratulations is they just got engaged. And I do think I'm kind of reaching a point here where I may wrap up the stream. I did see CJ earlier. I did, and he was definitely trying to be in burritos. So.
You're on our stream pretty much the whole entire time.
Really?
Yeah, we had you in the big window of the view of the park. It was me, Justin, Treyana, and Omari.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? What's that?
Just
another day.
Yeah.
Out here doing this stuff.
Yep.
Watching the over abuse of power.
That's a good way to put it. You know, I've just been bitching about, you know, they're just throwing fucking everything out.
Well, you know, yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit about that, and there's actually been some people out here that have been trying to go in and get their stuff. They're just not right, you know. Some of them are, you know, they're drugged out.
Yeah,
they're sleep deprived. Mental issues, and like I was saying, I just said on the show, I was in there when they came in, and there were people. I literally helped 2 people get their shit out of there real fucking quick when they started coming in.
Right.
And there was another guy. I said, hey man, you know, let you know, it's on stream. I'm like, hey man, let this guy get his stuff. And I was like, do you need any help and stuff? He's like, no, I think I got everything. And he's retreating, and there's other people going in. Hey man, I was gone. Like, I came back to my tent, you know, like, and you guys are in there. I just want to go in and get my stuff. And then I guess they put out a report that said, hey, you know, if your stuff's wet, we're going to throw it away.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they said that. That's what they told. That's what they told the city. That's what they told the federal court yesterday.
But here's the thing. This is where some of these people have made a little bit of progress.
Right.
They have a little bit of documentation. They have a caseworker signed to their case. Something. Now they have to start over from scratch.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And it's just so freaking frustrating.
Yeah. You know, it is. It's pretty tough. Yeah.
Oh, got something going on over here.
See you later.
I think I'm going to be wrapping up soon. So.
All right. A lot of people are down in Rodeo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's where everybody who left here is down to, because you know how many people got arrested.
I heard. I've been keeping count, so I know 10 plus 4 plus 3, 17-ish. But all that's unofficial, right? I heard 10 unofficial. I asked for a PIO. I was able to get a terse interview. They told me no police officers injured, because I asked that question. I asked how many arrests. They didn't know. I asked, what kind of aid, where it was at. He didn't know. So.
Hang yourself.
Okay. We're talking to the folks at Converge Media. I guess we can get a little shot here. Again. You kind of see all these vehicles here that are parked on the ballpark, which, by the way, Ari, wasn't fenced off in your tweet about how they've blocked off the entire park. In the big scheme of things, now that you can kind of see, because I mean, I've walked around this park. How many flippin' steps do I have, by the way? 13,495 steps. That's in full protective gear, including my plate receiver and class 4 plates and all my camera equipment. That is a workout. Just so flippin' frustrating. I had the microphone just over my hand because I'm pretty sure Jimi Hendrix Star Spangled Banner will get us DMCA'd, even though this is a news broadcast. So if things got all muffly and weird, it's because I was trying to block the sound.
talking, destroying lives.
SPD still has 11th Avenue closed off.
That was 155. So I went back.
And I'm just.
The other doctor went.
And again, the thing is, you can walk up to 12th. I've done this a few times. You walk up to 12th, you go 3 streets over, you come back down, you can walk right back down this way. So I don't know why this is blocked off here. Because I've done this multiple times now. You just walk up, you go 3 blocks, you come down, you can just walk right back down this way. Oops, sorry.
Can't you walk through? You're the press.
They're like no.
You're the press.
Well, there you go. I've been told no.
Promo will be welcome. Oh yeah, that's right. Come on. We got our plan.
Yeah, I heard. No, I heard.
What I want to know is
they told me. Yeah, that they.
Is that LDS? Are they owned by Latter-day Saints?
LDS.
No,
Who?
Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, I know that. Sinclair? I have no idea. I have no idea.
Because there used to be, when I was in 50 years ago, when I was in college here, there was a lot of radio and television stations run by the Mormons. They were very conservative.
Right.
So I just wondered if we could get that.
Yeah, I have no idea. The parents of Sinclair, the principals, I should say. Okay. I guess we'll walk up this way, in part because Dirty Dog is playing music, and again, I just don't. It's just friggin' annoying having to do all the paperwork. It's time consuming, so I don't want to do the paperwork. If I don't have to. Well, I guess what we can do, because I guess at the end of the day, this is the center of the problem. And when I say it's the center of the problem is, you know, all this started on June 1 on unsubstantiated, maybe sort of kind of rumors that maybe sort of kind of, maybe possibly people wanted to burn the East Precinct building down. And this is why the Western Barricade, which was about 200 feet to my right, was originally set up on June 1st. And the impact of that one decision, and people have gone and said, well, wait a minute, provide the information on the threats, right? And have asked for it, and it's all just vagary. And here's another truck. And it's all just vagary. And we know now that a lot of the threats were actually just from the right wing trying to stir things up. Right? There was this whole thing like, oh, Antifa's coming to your town. That was on May 31. And like the whole country went into panic. And it was a friggin' Identity Europa, a quasi neo-Nazi group out of Europe that sent that tweet that just turned the country upside down. So they're probably heading into the station over here. And here we are, it's December 18th, and it's still just a friggin' flashpoint here. I really want to thank everybody who has shared, liked, followed, watch partied. Thank you for amplifying the voices. One thing is for sure, the shame of the city of Seattle and the failure of the government of this city is on full display today. That is undeniable. Oh, I hope So Juanju didn't fail. So what I'm doing is, oh my God, it's a pug! Hello! I know, he's like scary dude with the big yellow pole and a weird Teletubby looking dude and so distracted by a pug, I hooked the tree. Well, doesn't look like I have to walk.